Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. How are you guys doing? How is everybody doing? All right, YouTube, there's my Cash App. If you guys just saw a person in back there, that was my son. Yeah, he's just here doing some laundry. Okay. All right, you guys. What I do? Now, what I do with my phone? Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, I couldn't find my phone. I was like, what do I do with my phone? Okay. Okay. Get back to this. Okay, you got to click on the vid. It's in Facebook Cooks. The recipe is in Facebook Cooks. Click on the video for the recipe, and the link is in the comments. Okay, the link is in the comments. Not my comments, but the comments of the video. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute, something messed up. Hold on, guys. Let me close this out. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Let's go back. Let's do this again. All right. Jump to recipe. You'll see, as soon as you go to it, it'll say pin it, share, send, and then it'll say jump to recipe. Click that, it'll bring it down to the ingredients. Okay, I'm going to read the ingredients to you. Okay, but I'm doubling it, okay? Because it's 4 serves. It's 4 servings. I don't know what their serving size is, but it says 4 servings. So we want to have some leftovers. Okay, so it's 1 pound of ground beef. So just remember, like I say 1 pound of ground beef, I'm going to put 2, okay? But I'm just reading what's on here. So in case y'all just want to do it that way. 1 pound of ground beef. 1 onion chopped. Now, when I say 1 onion, you can do less or more or whatever you want, okay? According to how you like onions. Same with minced garlic and stuff like that. Okay, and I'm going to give you the amounts of the seasonings. I'm going to probably shake them in myself. I'm not going to measure them. Seasonings I really don't measure. I only measure if it matters. Okay, 1 onion chopped. Half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of pepper. Half a teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So it's half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder and paprika, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Okay? 1 teaspoon is 1 garlic clove, but it just says to put 1 tablespoon, so it don't matter. And for the onion powder, every time I put onion powder, if it doesn't say garlic powder as well, I'll add it as well. Same as the opposite, okay? Garlic powder, I got some new garlic powder, but it says finely. So it's more fine than this. I hope it's the same, okay? I got a big one from Sam's, okay? And then, and same with the minced garlic, more or less, depending on what you like. 1 to 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. 1/4 cup of ketchup. 1 tablespoon of mustard. 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. and 1.5 cups of shredded Colby Jack cheese, and a 30-ounce bag of crispy crowns or tater tots. So, the picture, as you see when the video starts, it has tater tots on there. You can use the crispy crowns too. Any recipe that I make or that you see that says tater tots, you can always use crispy crowns. I might start using them. I got to get a bag of them just to make. I love crispy crowns. You can get them at Chick-fil-A. There is a place called I forgot the name of it. Here we call it something different. But back where I lived in Virginia, it was called Hardee's. They sell crispy crowns for the breakfast. And dried parsley for garnish, okay? If you want. All right, so the 1.5 cups of Colby Jack, that probably is to sprinkle on top. I just put it in, I don't measure. The ketchup, the mustard, and the barbecue sauce might be the only things I'll measure, because sometimes I just can't tell what 1/4 cup of ketchup is, or 1 tablespoon of mustard, or 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Okay. And the minced garlic, I'll just get a tablespoon and just scoop it out, because you got to have something to scoop it out anyways. But the onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, salt, paprika, I'm probably not going to measure. I'm just going to sprinkle. Okay? Now, it's going to tell you, as I read the beginning instructions, it's going to tell you to put the onion in and all the seasonings. Now, if you've watched this before, you should know that I always say this. It's something new I started because I didn't used to do it, but I would put all the seasonings and everything in together. But then when you drain the fat, all the seasonings are going to go with it. And you won't taste much seasonings on the ground beef. So, put the onions in, let it all cook, and then drain the oil, the fat, whatever, and then season it. Because it sounds better to season it while it's cooking, so the seasonings will cook into the ground beef. But when you go to empty the fat, the oil, whatever you want to call it, it will, or the grease, whatever. All the seasonings will probably settle to the grease, and then you won't have much of the seasoning on the ground beef. Okay? But if you still want to do it the other way, that's up to you. However you do it. But I'm just letting you know why it's better to do it the other way. Okay? Now, I'm doing an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Okay? Well, it says to. But I just wanted to let you know. You know I'm doubling it. But that would be 8 and 8 is 16. Okay? If you want to use 2 small cans, you can. So you can get 16 ounces. But if you prefer, you can just use 1 can of tomato sauce. 1 can is 15 ounces. It'll be short 1 ounce, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt any recipe. All right? So, I have 2 small ones, but I got big ones so when I need it, and I got the small ones for when a recipe only calls for 8 ounces, and that's all I'm using, so I can have it. So that's why I get a small one. Okay? All right, so I've got this barbecue sauce. It's honey barbecue sauce, and it's upside down because we were running low and I wanted it all to come to the bottom. You probably could do like I do with ketchup. You take the bottle, stand it up, and you go around. Bring your arm around and bring this around. I'm not doing it fast. I don't want to hit anything. Like this, and you do it fast. And all the ketchup will come off of here and come down. Same thing. It might work for barbecue sauce as well. Okay? All right. So we're going to start out with, I'm going to smash the, let me get the other spoon out, the dishwasher. The dishwasher is clean. I got to get everything out. The dishwasher's starting to get dirty. I got to run it with some soap and bleach to clean it out. Okay. So, put it on medium high. Okay. So, let's do this. It's hard to break, so it feels like it's a little frozen in the middle. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Not where I can still go right through it. But I just have to push a little more. If it was more frozen than that, I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to pound it. Okay? So, that. Once it starts sizzling, then I'll put in the onions. Okay. Guys, let me put the Cash App. And just to mention, if you're new or have never seen me, Cash App is in my husband's name, Tommy Gonzo. Don't ask me why he puts that. He has a white STI car on his profile pic. Okay? Yeah, I had Cash App, and all I did was send money or receive money. But they said I didn't follow the rules or whatever, you know. But that wasn't true. So they banned me from making a Cash App. Maybe I should make up a name in it, but I'd have to make up another email. No, okay. So that's that. Okay. So let's see. Let's put this Amazon wish list. There it goes. Okay, I can see the star comment is pinned. If you're watching the replay, you can see the star comment is pinned. That means my comments will work well. Because if the star comment, I can't see it pinned. You guys may see it, but if I can't see it pinned, then that means my comments are going to mess up and I have to keep refreshing, like swipe it to the right, wait a few seconds and swipe it back left. And then the comments will come up. And then if anybody types after that, I have to do that again every few minutes. Okay? So there's one person on here watching. Who's on here? I don't have a hello. I don't have a so-and-so is watching. Something like if my husband comes on, it'll say Thomas Gonzalez is watching. If my friend Shannon comes on, it'll say Shannon Klokowitz is watching. Yeah. But this, it says I have one watcher, but it's nothing. If you don't mind, please say hi. You don't have to continue to conversate. Just let me know you don't want to conversate. You just want to watch. But I just want to say hi so I can see who it is and say hi back, okay? All right, so. Oh, my husband's on here. It might have been him. It might have been my husband. It said Thomas Gonzalez watching. It says it now. It might have taken a few seconds. But let me go ahead. I'm going to pin my Cash App. There you go. And if you want to read the comment on the stars about appreciating the stars I get and blah, 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 you can see it in the comment, okay? There we go. See, I have to bring it down and then tilt it forward just a little bit so you can see the pan. If I bring it up and back a little, you'll see me, but you won't see the food. So trying to do both is hard. You know, there's some people, there's some people that do their recipes, okay? They do them quicker than I do because, you know, they skip through things or you know, they put the ground beef, you see them put the ground beef in the pan and then they'll snap their fingers, ground beef is done. Because they cut it out, cut it all the way through it. But that's not it. The thing is, when I watch them, I can see their pan and what's in it. I can actually see what's in it. Because you can't see what's in my pan, can you? If I do that, you can see it a little bit. But normally, like here, can you see it? You can see the pan, but you can see the pan, what's in it, and the whole entire person. Yep. Okay. So I'm good with that. Okay, I just like to rinse everything I use. See anybody on here? No, nobody usually comes on YouTube. But I keep looking because a couple of times when I just didn't look like I should, I'm like, nobody comes on here. And then I come to find out somebody was on here. Hold on, guys. Because there is, I got one lady that comes on. I think it's I'm pretty sure it's a lady. But anyways, sorry, I'm washing my hands. I got some stuff from my smelling thing on my hands. But I forgot her name, but it's like Rainbow, something to do with Rainbow. Um, and she'll come on once in a while. So, and my friend Shannon, she comes on once in a while. I mean, she comes on when she's not busy all the time on Facebook, but once in a while she'll come on YouTube instead. And sometimes, even if she comes on Facebook or if she watches the replay, she'll make a comment on my YouTube just to give me some, I guess, watch time or to show that somebody's. Okay? So, hi, Monica. Long time no see. How are you doing, Monica? I'm making Sloppy Joe tater tot casserole. Now, if anybody saw my post earlier about I was going to go live tonight cooking, they saw it way earlier. They might have seen taco tater tot casserole. But then I went back and edited it and put Sloppy Joe because I accidentally put taco tater tot casserole. It's Sloppy Joe. So, yeah. Okay. And Friday's dinner, I was supposed to post a picture. Like I always do, make a post with the picture. I forgot to take a picture of it. I surely did. So I couldn't post a picture. So I guess to see it, you gotta watch the video because I forgot. Friday was shoot. No, I just forgot what it was. It was chicken with I think it was bow tie pasta. Oh, cheesy, creamy something. It was chicken, it was pasta with heavy cream and mozzarella cheese, and the cream almost looked like an Alfredo sauce. Okay, so this is getting done. Let me put some onions in it. But like I was saying before, this is almost gone, so I might as well use it on. So like I was saying before, it says to put the onions and the seasonings in. But like I told y'all guys before, that if you put the seasonings in now, and then when it's done, and then you strain the grease, the oil, whatever you want to call it, all the seasonings will probably go with it because they will settle down into the grease, and then the seasonings will go with the grease when you strain it or pat it with a paper towel, and then the ground beef won't have much seasoning on it. So because someone told me this before, and it made much sense when they said it. Put the seasoning on the ground beef after you strain it or drain it, whatever. So the ground beef will get all that seasoning on there. I like to put it on before and cook it with the ground beef so it'll mix in there, but it's not going to do much good if it all goes into the grease and then gets, strained with the grease. So that's why I wait till it's done and I strain it. Yeah, it's supposed to be good. I love the Sloppy Joe mix. Because I've done a couple of recipes Sloppy Joe. I've done a bunch with Sloppy Joe, and most of them do include honey barbecue sauce. I mean, not honey, well, just barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and stuff like that. That's mostly, and does this one? Let me see if this one calls for brown sugar. Let's see if it calls for brown sugar. This one doesn't say any brown sugar, but sometimes some of them do, and that makes the the sloppy Joe sauce. The can, the good brand of the can is really, really good. That's what I used to use. But this is better. But the can is still good. Now, if you need to be quick, don't have time, or you prefer just to use the can, go ahead. Now, I'm not sure how many cans it would take, because you probably want to buy a big can, but I don't know how many it would take to make the amount here. But, and if you just come on, Monica, you can go back and rewatch the beginning if you want to write down the ingredients, just to write down the ingredients, okay? Now, we are going to read the steps. This is going to be step 1, okay? Step 1 says, heat a large oven-safe skillet, and you can shorten these instructions like instead of saying heat a large oven-safe skillet over medium-high heat, you could just say, cook the ground beef on high heat, on medium-high heat. That's it. Brown the ground beef and chopped onion. Season with salt, pepper, onion powder, and paprika. Once fully cooked, drain any excess grease. Okay? So it's telling you to put the seasoning in now, but I want to drain the grease first, so my ground beef will get all that seasoning on it, because it'll just go away with the ground beef if I don't. Okay? And it says salt, pepper, onion powder, and paprika. Now, I'm doing garlic powder as well. Whenever I do onion powder, I do garlic powder. When it calls for garlic powder, I do onion powder. Even though it doesn't call for both, I do both. Okay? I got me some more of this. See how this is? But look, the one I got from Sam's, I wish I would have found another one, but this is what they had, because I use this a lot, so I should get big ones. It's fine. It says fine garlic powder, so it's fine. It's real fine. That's my. I think he's trying to stay. That was my son. He put something in the refrigerator, but I thought y'all would see him. But I think he tried to skip out of the camera. He didn't care before when we were staying at that hotel and he was with us. He came over and helped me and got in front of the camera. Didn't care. But, you know, he doesn't live with me now, so he's never here when I cook. This just happened to be because he had to wash something. Okay. So once we're done cooking the ground beef with the onions in there, and then I put the seasoning after I drain it, then step 2. I'm just going to read step 2, and we're going to stop there until I'm done with that. Step 2 is stir in minced garlic, Worcestershire sauce, tomato sauce, ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. Let simmer on low heat for a couple of minutes. So we're going to let it cook on low heat for a couple of minutes, okay? Okay. Now, I suggest you spray a casserole dish. Just, it doesn't say it, but spray it just so it doesn't stick. Well, what I'm going to do, since I'm using this pan, it's a big, deep pan. It can fit all your ground beef, spaghetti sauce, and 2 packs of spaghetti. So that's 2 pounds of spaghetti. All in here. It fills it up, but it can fit all in here. So that's how big this is. Well, anyways, once I get everything mixed in here, and I do everything, I'm just going to keep it in here and just put the crispy crowns or the tater tots, whatever you guys got, right on top and do what it says. I'm not going to put it in the casserole because I already got it in here. This is oven safe, I think up to 450. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to preheat my oven now. It doesn't take long. Okay? Oh, it said 400. Okay. All right, the ground beef is almost done. See, nobody on there. Okay. See, anybody else come on here? So what you been up to, Monica? What are you having for dinner tonight, or have you already cooked? I'm glad you're doing good. See if we can get anybody else on here. I've been seeing a lot of good ground beef recipes, and I've been writing them down so I can use them. But when I say write down, I mean just the name of the recipe and the ingredients. And then beside it on the paper, I write where I got it from, so I know where to find it. That's all I write down, so I can know. Now, like, if I only have to put a couple of teaspoons or like a cup or something of something, then I'll just write down the ingredient, not how much, because I'll see that when I go over the instructions. But if there's something like a measurement where I have to make sure I buy the right size at the store to meet that measurement, I might write that down next to the ingredient so I can make sure I buy the right size for how much I need or something like that, you know. But I thought this paycheck period, which he got paid last week on Wednesday. Well, Friday is the paycheck, but he gets 2 days early. I thought it was going to be tough and I wasn't going to be able to buy groceries. Only like a few things that we can eat, you know, at home, and not the cooking stuff. But what I made Friday, I had most of the ingredients because I had to come up with that recipe last minute. Because I've been saying for a week or two, I need a chicken recipe because I had mostly ground beef recipes written down, no chicken. So I was like, okay, I need a chicken recipe, and I forgot. Then Friday came and we were going to go to the store, so I was like, quickly I looked for a chicken recipe. I found that, and I had most of the ingredients except for like maybe 2 items, but that was it. And then for this, I already had everything. I already had the onions, the ground beef, all the seasonings, the Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce. I already had it. You know, granted, this one's almost gone, but I already had another one that I had bought several weeks ago. So I had most of the ingredients for this one. So even if I couldn't shop, I would have still been able to make this. Okay. I think it's done. It's done. Hi, Martha. Oh my gosh, I missed you. It's been a long time. Oh, are you? That's cool. Are you having like a sloppy Joe kind of tater tot, or is it something else? This one is sloppy Joe tater tot. You know, the sauce on it will be like a sloppy Joe sauce. hmm It'll be like a sloppy Joe sauce. That's cool. I love the tater tots on top. That's cool. I swear, people be soaking up their grease with paper towels, and they make it look easy, like it's all bunched up and they're just moving it around with a spoon. And they make it seem like you just need a few of them and they all soak up. No, it takes more paper towels to soak it up, especially depending on the percentage of ground beef you got. The more fat you got, the more it's going to take. But the less Like if you had a 90-10 or a 93-7, it wouldn't take as much. You wouldn't have much grease. All right, let's see how much I got most of it. There's still a good amount of grease. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds real good, Martha. All right. So now we are going to put the seasonings on, because if I would have put it on before, all that seasoning would have gone with the grease, and you wouldn't have much flavored ground beef. Okay? All right. So I read step 1 and step 2. Step 3 is, no, step 2, we're still on step 2. We're going to stir in the minced garlic, Worcestershire sauce, tomato sauce, ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. And we're going to let it simmer on low for heat for a couple of minutes. So let's turn this down to medium for now. Okay? Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to read the amounts of each seasoning, but I'm going to double my stuff because I'm doubling it, okay? So I'll read what's on here and then I'll tell you how I'm doubling it. So it was 1 pound of ground beef that they called for, but I used 2. He said 1 onion, so if you're going to double it, you use 2, or you can put as much as you like or don't like, okay? I just put what I had left in the bag. It was a bag of frozen onions, okay? And half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, so mine would be 1 teaspoon, but I'm not measuring. I don't measure I used to measure my seasonings, but I don't anymore. I guess I got that from my son. I was like, you gotta measure. He's like, I don't measure anything, or hardly. Okay. Now, 1 teaspoon pepper, or half a teaspoon if you're not doubling it. I mean, it's good for 2 people, the regular, but if you want leftovers or your husband wants to, like, if your husband wants to take some to work or you want to get some to work the next day, it's better to double it. And if you're serving more than 2 people, it's better to double it as well. Okay? Okay, now, it's going to be 1 teaspoon of onion powder. When I do onion powder, I also do garlic powder. What do I do with the garlic powder? I just had that garlic powder. Oh, here it is. Okay? It only calls for onion powder, but I do garlic powder whenever I do onion. Okay? And it's 1 teaspoon. Yeah, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So it'll be 1 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. But I'm not measuring. Who on here likes to measure their seasonings just right? Let me know if that's you. So since it says 1 teaspoon, it would be 2 teaspoons. since I'm doubling. Okay? And then 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons for me, of paprika. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to mix this all in. Give this a mixy. There's someone I watch that says that. Give this a mixy. Oh, that lady, she wears a little headband thing around her head. And she's the one that pounds when she tries the food and she goes, that is so good. I forgot her name. Okay. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Martha, so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't even want to know when that day comes for me. But, I've had one dog die, just one. But my dog was only 3 or 4 months old, something. Because it was my daughter's dog, but then I ended up taking the dog. And badly, I ended up paying her $200 for the dog because she didn't really want to give it up. But another time, another story. But I wasn't too good with leaving the dog with her. So she gave her to me. And it was already sickly. So, yeah. So, and we didn't get any ashes. We didn't ask for them. I don't know how much that would cost. But we got a little plaque, a small one. It's like round and it has the dog's name and his paw print in there. Before they hardened it, they put the paw print. Yeah. So, and I was already in love with that dog, even at 3 months old or 4 months old. Okay. So now it keeps going off, so I have to keep going back to the recipe. Sorry, guys. All right. So now we're going to put minced garlic. 1 tablespoon it calls for. So I would do, I forgot to pull it out. So for me, that would be 2 tablespoons. Okay? You can chop up fresh garlic if you want. I'm not sure how many cloves would make. How many cloves would make 1 tablespoon? Or 2 if you're doubling it. But I do know that 1 garlic clove is 1 teaspoon. So however many teaspoons is a tablespoon will help you out. So if there's like 4 teaspoons in a tablespoon, then it'll be 4 garlic cloves. Something like that. Okay, just beat my All right. Mixy. All right. Now, the Worcestershire sauce, it says 1 to 2 tablespoons. So that would be 2 to 4 tablespoons. Wait a minute. 1 to 2, so that would be 2 to 4. And I love the smell of Worcestershire sauce. I know it sounds weird if I stand here and say, I could sniff this all day, but I really could. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, that's nice. All tablespoons. I love Worcestershire sauce, so. Oh, yeah, we got this plaque, it's, our dog's name was Max. It stands for Maxim, something else my daughter named him, but that was a good name. So now I got my Brownie and Jazzy, but they don't make up for Max, but you know. All right. So now, let's see. All right, now tomato sauce, ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. So tomato sauce is an 8 ounce if you're doing. If you double it, it's 16 ounces, but you can use 2 small 8-ounce cans, or if you use 1 big can, the big can is 15 ounces, but it's just short 1 ounce. No big deal. No big deal. I don't want to use, I have 2 small cans, but I usually buy 2 small cans and like 2 big cans. But I don't want to use up both small cans in case I need just 1 small can for something. Okay. So we're going to dump this in there. Alrighty. Now ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. So 1/4 of a cup of ketchup, and if I double it, it's 1/2 cup. Good, because my 1/4 of a cup is inside my sugar. I use that to scoop out the sugar. I'm planning on bringing that back with this set, and then getting something else for scooping sugar. So we're going to do 1/2 cup of ketchup. Oops. That. All right. All right. So that's 1/2 cup ketchup. Okay. And for mustard, we need 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of mustard, so I'm going to use the same spoon that I used for the minced garlic and the Worcestershire sauce. So that was, so I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. Dang, it almost seems like there's still some in there. It's just got to shake it down. Okay. Now let's see. Am I going to need the tablespoon? Yes. 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Barbecue-y sauce. Okay. Put it to the side so it doesn't spill out. See, it's all ready. It says, so I'll be putting 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was almost 4. So we'll just squeeze the rest in here and whatever fell in this lid. Okay, we'll put the lid on, dump it in the trash. You know when you have something upside down, you gotta be careful because when you go to open it. Yeah. And like the ketchup, it has a lot in there, but you might want to do this and then turn it to the side because when you if it's all the way down here and you go to open it and pour it, sometimes it comes out like water, like just water spits out. So you want to have the ketchup down some. Okay. Alrighty, so we want to let it simmer on low heat for a couple of minutes. Okay? So we're just going to turn it down a little bit. When it was on medium high for the ground beef, I turned it down to medium while I added all this stuff. Now I turn it down just to like a 4, which is like a simmer. Mix it all up and let it cook for a few minutes, like it says. So all these flavors can combine. It smells so good, but for some reason, mustard is always the strongest flavor out of everything. Now, what I was going to do is, I was going to put the tater tots, or the crisp, what we call them, crispy crowns, the flat-looking tater tot things, because you can use either one for any recipe. I don't have to because I double the recipe, I don't have to double the bag of tater tots or crispy crowns, because that would be 60 ounces. Because my casserole dish is a 9 by 13. It's a nice floured, pretty one, okay? And it's good size deep in there, you know. So if I just put the regular, it would just be a lot thinner on the bottom. If I doubled it, it would just be a lot thicker, and it would rise up more into the casserole dish, but there's still plenty of room. There's probably enough room in my casserole dish to triple it. But that being said, the length of the casserole dish, the 9 by 13, is still the same. So how many or how much crispy crowns or tater tots that can fit on top will still be the same, if you know what I mean. Just like this, I'm going to use this pan to put in the oven because it's oven proof. And why move it and make another dirty dish? But the size, it's going to be round instead of, rectangle, like a casserole dish. But the size of this is still the same whether I did it singly or I doubled it or I tripled it. Because there's plenty of room in here that I could probably double the double and have it 4 times. And it'd still be room in here. But the size of the roundness of it is still going to be the same, no matter what. So if you want to put more tater tots or crispy crowns in there, if you double it or triple it or whatever, then you'd have to probably have a bigger pan or whatever. Okay? So, but the thing with this is, because the pan is round and because it's so big, the ground beef layer with this sauce is very thin. So I'm thinking maybe it might be better in a casserole dish. But if you use a casserole dish, remember to spray it. They don't say to, but I do, because just in case, I got to keep going back to this. Okay. So now, step 3. We did step 1 and step 2. Step 2 got us to mixing the garlic, Worcestershire sauce, tomato sauce, ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. And let simmer on low for a few minutes, okay? Now, step 3, top the mixture with Colby Jack cheese. And you can use any other cheese if you want. I can't believe it's almost been 50 minutes and I only got this far. Crazy me, because I talk too much. But anyways, make sure you preheat your oven to 400. Let me say that before, so you can have that ready to go. 400, okay? And you want to top of it with Colby Jack cheese or whatever cheese you want. You can use shredded cheddar, You can use cheddar cheese or whatever you want. Okay? Colby Jack cheese. Arrange the crispy crowns or tater tots evenly over the top. Bake in a preheated oven. This is step 4. Bake in a preheated oven at 400 degrees, 200 Celsius, for 25 minutes or until the crispy crowns are golden brown and crispy. Okay? So we just want to make sure the crispy crowns are cooked. All right, and it says tips. Sometimes they have tips. If you don't have an oven-safe skillet, transfer the mixture to a greased baking dish before assembling with cheese and tater tots. So they're saying just go ahead and put it in like this, but if you don't have one that's oven-safe, then go ahead and right now is when you'd want to transfer it to the casserole dish before you put the cheese and the tater tots on there. Okay? And I'm thinking, because this is like a thin layer at the bottom, and all you have to do is push it over a little bit. And I'm thinking I'd rather do the casserole. Yeah, then I'll just soak this in hot water. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my casserole. I mean, because this pan is, this egg pan is not big enough, but this one was really big. But it's good because I needed all that stirring room. Okay? So like I said, I'm going to spray it. Got my nonstick spray avocado oil. Even though it's liquidy, it probably wouldn't stick, but you never know. Sometimes when you have things in the oven, it dries up. Okay? So we are going to turn this off. Okay? And I'm going to dump it in here. Get it all out. Now, if you want to put your pan still in the oven, you can do that. I was going to because I didn't want to dirty up another one, but it just seemed like because this was so big that it was so thin layered, and I don't know. I just chose to do this. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so flatten it out. Just evenly flatten it out. Okay? Let me get... Hold on, guys. Trying to get up with my knees is really bad. I mean, it's hard. And sometimes by the end of my video, I'm like in a lot of pain in my back and legs from standing, but it's okay. I am in a little pain, but not as much as usual. Okay. Oh, Alvin. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was going to tell you to get me the crispy crowns out of the freezer, but I forgot they're in this freezer. Okay. Now we're going to put the cheese. It says 1.5 cups of Colby Jack. So you can use whatever cheese you want. A huge handful of my hand is 1 cup because I've measured it before. Well, Martha, do you have a lot of pictures and videos and stuff of your dog for memories? So it says 1.5 cups. I'm not really going to measure. I'm just going to sprinkle across the top. That's all it was. That's all it tells you to do. Because if you want to make the cheese a little thicker, it might be a little more than 1.5 cups. If you want to make it less, because you don't like that much cheese. I mean, you like cheese, but you don't want it like that much. Do whatever you like. Okay? I know a friend of mine, she's not on here tonight, but she is on here a lot, and she watches all my replays. She supports me in everything I do. But anyways, her name is Shannon. She's a cheese lover, so she would love.
Are you ready to tell this?
I told her if I was still in Virginia, because We went to high school together. If I was still in Virginia, she could come over to my house at any time. She goes, I'd be eating good. I'd be like, yeah, the meals I make. You're like, yep. You're putting them in the refrigerator?
No, I'm grabbing my beef.
Huh? You're leaving?
My clothes are done.
You don't want none of this.
The game's about to start.
Huh?
My allergies are acting up, and the game's about to start in an hour.
What here?
I'm not sitting here for 3 hours with them dogs.
Can you wait 25 minutes? That's okay, Alvin. All right, my son's leaving. He tries not to show his face in the camera.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Okay, so. I'm going to get this. Hold on a minute, guys. I got to get the crispy crowns. I still have some tater tots left. I haven't ate them yet. Sometimes I forget they're in there. But I have some tater tots that are left. I'm wondering, should I just put them in between? I might, just because. There wasn't much. Hold on. I've got a huge bag I bought from Sam's of Colby Jack, because we're starting to use a lot more of it. But I'm thinking, I don't even know why, because there wasn't hardly anything in there, so I don't even know why I was trying to save it. And I've got a huge bag I got from Sam's, so. Because a lot of my recipes have been asking for Colby Jack lately, and it used to ask for a shredded cheddar, but lately, and I've been liking Colby Jack more now. With shredded Colby and Monterey Jack. So, there we go. Okay? This is what you got before I put on the crispy crowns, or the tater tots. Oh, I keep putting my finger. There you go. There it is with the cheese on top. It's already looking delicious. Okay? All right, you want to see it? YouTube, there you go. Oops. Hey. Wait. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I had it all messed up. Can y'all see that? If you come on YouTube and you watch the replay, please comment below if you can see that, because when you're looking through YouTube to see anything like a picture or my food, it just looks blurry. I mean, the whole screen is not like blurred, but I don't know why it does that. Okay, so yeah, my son, I told him to could he even wait 25 minutes while we put this in the oven. His allergies are acting up real bad. They always do when he comes over here, because he's allergic, highly allergic to dogs. That's why he doesn't stay over here long. I'm going to cut some more. Yes. I mean, when he was a little child, he wasn't allergic. One day, we go to my friend's house. This older lady, she was my best friend. She was staying with her son and his wife, and she was living in the basement, which the basement was set up like a house. Go down there, it had a rug, it had a TV, it had a separate bedroom, it had a bathroom. Oh, and it had a back door to go outside. Shoot. But anyways, I went over to her to visit her sometimes. And I'm going to put these on while I talk. And my children were with me. Okay? My children were with me. And my friend's daughter-in-law asked me, could my kids have a snack. I said, yes, that's fine. So she took him into the kitchen to give him a snack. And then she asked me, she said, is your son allergic to dogs? I said, not that I know of, ma'am. And she, I looked at my son, and his eyes had almost swollen shut. He had welts, huge welts, all over his arm. This whole bag ain't gonna even fit on here in the casserole. But anyways, yeah, he had welts like crazy. And that's when we figured it's time to leave. I wasn't going to leave, but we had to. So, and I was like, okay, when I get home, I had some Benadryl, I think, at home. So I said, when we get home, I'll give my son some Benadryl. I still gave him Benadryl, but, because it didn't all go away, but about 60% of it was gone, and he looked a lot better because we had gotten away from the dog. Okay? So, yeah. I'm kind of alternating these. I don't know why. But yeah, so that's when I went and had him tested. Poor boy was allergic to almost everything you could find. Nothing, no food. Nothing like that. Just everything you could find in Mother Nature. Cats, dogs. Everything else I had, dust. Everything. I was like, dang. And then he ended up having to go every week for allergy shots. So yeah. It was what it was. But that was when he was that's after I met my current husband, not their dad. Current husband, let me wash my hands. Well, no, I'm still so he was 9 or 10, something like that. 9 or 10. So yeah, but it doesn't like his. I have not seen his eyes swell up like that after that, because he also had asthma. Now I guess he kind of grew out of it. I can't say. I mean, so I didn't want that allergy to affect his asthma, because how many times? The first time he was diagnosed with asthma, put him in the hospital. Yep. I took him to the doctors, and they said take him to the hospital because their nebulizer treatments were not working in the office. So they thought it was a one-time thing. And they tried to convince me of that. I said, that's probably not, it's not, it's asthma. So, but we ended up in the doctor's office another time because I told him it wasn't, they didn't listen. Well, mostly it was I think it might have been the hospital, but anyways, um, once we ended up in the doctor's the second time, he didn't have to go to the hospital. I mean, their treatments worked, but they're like, he has asthma. And I felt like saying, I could have told you that. So, he had an inhaler. We got a nebulizer machine. Sometimes he had to do treatments at home. Sometimes he had to do them in the middle of the night. And then there was another time, one time, he had his dad's, or he was out in the country where his dad was. And let me wash my hands. He ran out or something happened with his medic, because when I left him with his dad, I'd always leave the inhaler and the nebulizer, but he somehow he ran out of something went wrong. So I was with another friend of mine, a guy friend. We were driving home because the country from where we lived was probably 45 minutes because so we were driving home. My son was having I was looking for the paper towel, sorry. Breathing problems. And I said, "Are you okay, son?" He was like, "Yes, Mom." And I was like, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" He said no at first, and we were in this county called Stafford. They had a hospital there, Stafford Hospital. I was going to go there, but he was fine. So I was like, okay, we're not going to. It was too much to go wait at the pharmacy and do all this. So we went straight to the hospital. All right, I'm just turning on the hot water so I can soak this pan. So yeah, we took him straight to the hospital that was in our county, Woodbridge, and they did treatment. It almost didn't work. They said we wasn't sure if this was going to work because it was real bad. So they said if it wouldn't have worked, they would have kept him, but it just barely worked, so he was able to go home. Look, it says 30-ounce bag. If you put them flat, even if I took out the tater tot, then I put in the leftover tater tots from the other bag, it still wouldn't have took this whole bag because there's only like 25 tater tots. But it always goes away. Okay, so then we're going to do parsley on top for garnish. It says if you want to, you don't have to. Okay. Now we're going to, step 3 was arrange, top it with shredded Colby Jack or whatever cheese you want to use. Arrange the crispy crowns of tater tots evenly over the top. Bake in a preheated oven at 400 for about 25 minutes. Okay? All right. So, that fills up the whole thing. Now, all it is, instead of 30-ounce bag, this is a 30-ounce bag. But it all don't fit in there. What if I... Nope. Didn't even use it all. All right. So, I was thinking, what if I wanted some extra tater tots and stuff to go with this? I'll put some in the toaster oven. They only take about 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. All right, 25 minutes. Now, I'm going to fill this up. If you want to stay on and talk to me, I'd appreciate it. If you can't, you don't have time, you can go ahead and get off. That's okay. I understand. So I will see if there's anybody new that came on. If you just came on, please stay on. I will say hi to you in just a second. Okay? I'm just filling up this pan. There goes my dog. I'm just filling up this pan so it can soak. Turn it around this way so it can soak. It's 6:50. I got 10 minutes until my show, but it's okay. Babe, hold on, guys. Are you watching the football game or Raw? Huh?
Raw.
Okay, I was just asking my husband if he was watching the football game or Raw. My team, the Washington Commanders, are playing tonight. Are we even on TV? We are on TV because of Washington Commanders being on the east side by Washington, we don't always get their games. Okay? If they're playing home, we probably won't get the game. No, but was it Monday night games that all play on TV? Yeah, Monday night games all play on TV, no matter where you're playing. But if it was like a Sunday night game and we were playing at home, we wouldn't come on TV. So, and then also I watch wrestling. Y'all ever heard of WWE? They now come on Netflix on Monday nights. It was on regular TV, USA, so if you had regular TV, but it changed and now it's on Netflix. So if you didn't have Netflix and you really wanted to watch it, you'd have to buy it. We already had Netflix. So now we watch it on Netflix. So I was asking on which one, but he probably chose our Monday Night Wrestling because it's not his team playing. It's because he likes the Cowboys, if y'all want to know. He likes the Cowboys. So kind of people laugh because it's like a rival in the house because he likes the Cowboys. And I like Washington. Yep. Okay, guys. I'm just going to put some of this stuff away that belongs in the refrigerator. Okay? My back is starting to hurt, guys, so don't mind me. Okay? So putting some of these spices away. Okay? All right. Oh, I'm going to put this away. Leaving the parsley out because, yeah, I'll probably, you don't have to, but you'd like to garnish it with the parsley. Okay. So anybody come on YouTube? Nope. Let's see. We got anybody new here? Hey, Kate. Kate, if you're still on here, thank you for sticking with me. But if you're still on here, Kate, can you remind me, because I say so much, can you remind me what I said that you responded, I don't? I know I said something. Do you guys do this or do you guys do that? Yeah, and I do like that you respond. I do. But I just forgot what it was that I said. My brain is not all there. It never is. It never is. So, if you're still on here, Kate, can you remind me what I said? So, hold on, guys. All right. Because my back is starting to hurt. It's really starting to hurt. That's from standing up so long, but it's part of my thing. And I don't want to give this up because I don't want to just give it up because my back hurts. Yeah, now I'm having a very hard time getting up on this chair. Don't think tall chairs want to like me. And I usually turn the chair around and sit over there. But I kind of want to be looking at both of you guys. Sorry, guys. I wanted to push the iPad back some so you can see my whole face. Okay? So, nobody's on here. Kate, if you come back and watch any of the replay, I am sorry. I keep telling people if they don't see me say hi right away, if they can stay on because I'm like focused on doing something with the meal, but every so often I am going to check my comments to see if somebody new has come on. It's just sometimes I feel like if I don't come on and say hi right away, that people leave. But if you have to leave, I understand. But if you can stay, just give me a moment. Okay? Alrighty. Trying to see. You're the last one. So nobody is on here right now. But okay. Just checking because, like I said, I have a friend that'll mostly come on Facebook, but she sometimes comes on YouTube. So I want to check for that. And I have another lady that comes on YouTube sometimes. So really, I only have like 2 people. I did have another person. I think it was a guy. He was a new guy. He came on, and I don't know if it was while I was living here or when I was in the hotel. He was new, and I talked to him, but he never came back. So I guess maybe I was boring. Let me see. I want to see something. Oh, okay, I was just trying to see what I saw a black thing to the right, and I was like, "What is that?" And then I realized it was the hood thing, and what you're seeing in the on the live is the inside of it. I was like, "Oh, okay." So nobody's on here now. I'm going to say this real quick for the people who are watching the replay. If you want to forward, like if you've watched the whole thing or even part of it and you got to this point, if you want to, I've got 17 minutes left on the casserole in the oven. So if you want to skip through those 17 minutes and go to when I pull it out the oven, you can do so. Because talking with me may not interest some people. I'm trying to make what I talk about interesting. But sometimes it's hard to think of things. But what I do want to say is I've always wanted to, I want to try, because I see all these content creators, especially the ones that are doing cooking, the cooking content creators, and some of them are coming out with cookbooks. Like there's this one lady, I forgot her name, Angry and ADH something or another, something. Well, anyways, she sounds angry when she's doing her video, but she's not. She just is how she sounds. She came up with she made a cookbook. And I don't know how she did it. I don't know how anybody does it. But she had people I guess they were professional photographers and people who helped her set up her dishes so she could take pictures and different stuff. But anyway, she's coming out with the cookbook, and it comes out in January. I think mid-January. I can't remember, but I gotta look right at the end of December, beginning of January. I gotta check because I ordered it. Okay, I ordered it, and I don't remember. Hold on, I'm just checking something. I don't remember if I had money in the bank at that time or not. But I must have, because I thought they were going to charge me right away. So I must have had money in the bank thinking I was going to pay. But I had forgotten that Amazon, and I always forget this, and this is the one thing I don't like really. It could be good or bad, but they don't charge you till they ship it out. So if you spend $100 on Amazon, but they don't ship it out till 2 days later, you better make sure that $100 that you have for the item stays in there for the next 2 days. So that means that that's why I said at the end of December, beginning of January, I got to go back and see when it's supposed to ship, so I can have the money ready to go. Because if I don't have the money, I'm not going to get it. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's why I got to make sure that I have the money in there ready to go. Ooh, this Disney mug. A Disney mug. Mickey Mouse. I love Mickey Mouse, too. Really, when I put my phone up to the computer to see this picture. Whoops. Picture went away, guys. Hold on. To see this picture, it's very blurry. I got to bring it real close. Oh, the closer I bring it, the better it looks. I didn't realize that. But yeah, there it is. My Mickey Mouse one. But I'm not going to spend $8 on it. But oh, that's Minnie. But yeah, so. But what I wanted to do, I thought about a cookbook, but then I was like, I don't even know how they start by doing that. Second of all, most of the recipes that this lady makes, I think it's her own recipes, because I can't just take and say, hey, this recipe that I made and this recipe and that recipe, let's all put this in the cookbook, because it did not come from me. I got it off Facebook or some search bar to find the recipe. It's not mine originally. What? But it's not mine originally, but the people who recorded the video and put it on Facebook or somebody's recipe that you find when you search Google, are they the original person, or are they making something that somebody else made? You know what I mean? But I never see anybody else looking at a recipe, like looking at a video or looking at written down recipe on the web. They're just making it from out of their head. That's why I'm thinking it's their original recipe. But I thought about, trying to come up with some ingredients, making my own recipe. And I can't promise you if I do that, that at the end we'll have a delicious meal. Because I may not do something right, or I may have added too much of one thing and not enough of another. It may come out wrong, but at least I tried. And I would write down the amounts of everything I use. Now, if I don't measure my seasonings and I just sprinkle them on, then I will have it in the recipe as seasoned to taste. Because sometimes you'll see salt and pepper and they'll say seasoned to taste, but the rest of the seasonings have a measurement. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But hold on, guys. I don't know why my dogs are outside. And why are they out there in the back?
All right. Bye.
Who was that?
It was
Huh?
Alvin.
What did he want?
Batter's lighter.
He wants you to bring it to him? Oh, no. Her husband probably put him out there. But we got 9 minutes to go. Okay, 9 minutes. My show is already on, but I'm just going to miss the beginning. But it's okay. Come here, Jazzy. Come here. Come here. Come here, God. Come here, Jazzy. Come here. My dog's barking at me. I was shook. She got, my puppy is Jazzy. Brownie is the one who turned 5 years old but she just went in heat for the first time. She's almost, at the end of this month, she'll be 9 months old. I just wanted to check because I think she put a hole in her diaper. Because I had to buy diapers because she's bleeding. Jazzy, turn around. Yep, she put a hole in her diaper. All right, put her down. We're going to try to keep that on her a little bit longer, but she put a hole in it. But yeah, I wasn't sure that if she was in heat. I didn't expect it. Ow. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get up on the chair and I hit my the heel of my foot. Okay. But anyways, I don't know why she's barking at me. But anyways, yeah, she was bleeding. My husband's like, look at this, look at this. So I looked and it was bleeding and we tried to wipe it and I was like trying to see where it was coming from, but I couldn't see. So we wiped it up and it kind of stopped. And so then I was like, okay, we'll just wash it. And then my husband went out, because we were in the bedroom. My husband went out to the living room. And I was sitting on the bed still, laying on the bed. And I started thinking. And then all of a sudden my brain just popped and said, is she in? Could it be he? So here I go looking it up and all the symptoms and what to look out for and all this stuff. And so far I haven't noticed any of the physical symptoms. Like they say she could be more clingy, more aggressive, more territorial, like like if someone comes near her to take something, she may be more territorial over whatever it is. And a lot of different stuff like that. But I've noticed none of it. She's the same as she was. And then it listed physical symptoms like the bleeding, of course, the swelling of the vulva where she pees from, stuff like that. But that is true, but that's about it. So I was like, okay, because I really didn't expect it. as of now. It did say you can start at 6 months, and it could be up to 12 months or even 18 months. So I thought maybe she'd be the latter. But I was trying to get her spayed before it happened. Because I had my older dog, Brownie, spayed before it happened. Well, back then I had a job. And the vet was charging, I think it was two or three something to get spayed and to put a microchip in her. But this time, I tried to ask for a price, and I forgot what it was, but it was like double that or something. I was like, why is it so much? It wasn't that much 5 years ago. You know? I know everything is going up. But anyway, so I was looking at this site. It has to do with the Humane Society. They have something they say where you can get free spade. Now you have to live in one of the zip codes listed. 4 minutes to go. One of the zip codes listed. Well, we do. Our zip code is listed. But when I go to the thing about making an appointment for the spay, it comes up with a list of how much it would cost for male, female, and according to size, like smaller dogs, medium, whatever, like this pound to this pound, and then if they're in heat and they're getting it done, it might cost a little bit more, and then how much it would cost for cats, and so forth and so forth. But it doesn't show where, and I think you have to make the payment while you're scheduling the appointment online, but it doesn't show how to get it free. If you qualify, if your zip code qualifies, how do we set it up free? Because on the first page, it says the zip codes, like on the front page, but I don't know, because it just gives the prices and then wants to charge you that. So I don't know. I mean, granted, the prices are cheaper than going to the vet. Like, to spay her, it would only be $100 and something compared to the $300, $400, $500 they want to charge at the vet. It'd only be $100 and something, but I don't even have that right now. So I'm trying to figure out how to set it up for free. So I don't know. So if I can't figure it out, I might have to call the Humane Society, because I don't think you go in their door where you go in to look at the animals and see all the animals there. I think it's like next or something. I don't know. But yeah. So we've got 2 more minutes to go. 2 more minutes to go. So let me get down. Ooh. And then even my feet start hurting too. I don't know why my feet start hurting. I don't have shoes on. Okay, let's get. Okay. Let's bring this down some so we can be able to see it. Okay, we got a minute and something left. Because it's almost going to be a minute, but now it's under a minute. When it gets under a minute, it starts counting down the seconds. But let me see if it's ready. My wrists are not that. All right, let's see. Okay. I am going to, it's very hot, but usually when you try, like if you're trying a casserole and you want to see if it's hot enough, like if you're melting cheese and you also you're trying to make the casserole hot, like warm it up and make sure everything is hot, you want to try a spoonful of it from the middle. The edges are always hot, but the middle, a lot of times, is cold or warm, but the edges are super hot. So you don't want to judge it on the edges. How long have we been on here? Ooh, we've been on here an hour and 35 minutes. We're almost done. So you always want to try it from the middle. Okay? So, let's sprinkle the parsley. Okay? Let me get a picture of this before I dig into it. Okay? Okay. So here it is. And here it is. Let me get it real close. I think you can see it better if I get it closer. Oh, yeah. Okay? Okay. So, let's pick up a piece from the middle. Get some cheese, crispy crown, got some ground beef. And I will take a picture of my bowl so you can see what the middle looks like. Okay, because the main picture I got is just of the top, which is basically the tater tots crispy crown. But see that? Okay? Oh, it's hot, so let me blow it. Hot, hold on. Oh my gosh, that is so yummy. Let's get my dance on. There. I moved the chair back and I had blocked the kitchen. The older dog couldn't get in. She wanted to come in. What, baby? What, baby? You want to say hi to the people? Look, Brownie. Say hi to the people. Brown, brown. My trash can. Okay, say hi to the people. Here's my puppy. Jazzy. Her diaper. Yep, there they are. Hi, Jazzy. Jazzy. Brown, brown. Yeah, my floor is all messed up. It's coming apart. They're taking a sweet time fixing it, too. Okay. So, yep, those are my doggies. Oh, let me turn the oven off. Okay. Alrighty. So, this is really, really good. Like, super good. Mm. Yummy. Okay. So, any meal I make with sloppy Joe sauce is really good. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this live the way I end all lives. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate anybody who came on today. Kate. Kate. Martha. And Monica. I want to make sure I got everyone. Monica, Kate, and Martha. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys. Could you please share this? Sharing is caring. but yeah, sharing would really help me. So I need you guys to share. And if you come on and watch the replay, I appreciate you guys too. The ones who watch the replay, I appreciate you too. All right? I appreciate you as much as I appreciate the ones who came on the live. All right? And if you'd like to receive notifications, click the screen, whether you're watching the replay or the live. Click the screen. You'll see 3 dots on the top right side or the bottom. Sometimes it's on the bottom for some people and sometimes on the top, but it's on the right side. Click it and you'll see a list come up near the bottom. It'll say turn on live notifications. If it says turn off live notifications, that means you already have them turned on. Okay? So go ahead and do that. And I thank you for coming on. Stay positive. Do your thing. Keep working on yourself and stay positive, okay? Because we all got to stay positive or we're not going to get anywhere. All right? So just do your thing that you know you got to do. All right? And I love you guys. And I want you guys to have a great evening, a great night. And I'll try to see you sometime this week before Friday in a live. And if I do, it'll be on my other page, Elizabeth's with apostrophe S Life, L-I-F-E, okay? But I will make a post about when I'm coming live so y'all can know. Alrighty? Alrighty, so I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to sit down and eat, watch my show, and y'all have a good evening. I love you guys. Take care. Bye, YouTube.